Hi, it's Monique, your Clear Communication Coach, and today we're going to talk about how to confidently deliver on video. So a lot of people are consuming content on video because it allows them to do three things: know you, like you, and trust you. And we all know what happens when people know, like, and trust you. Well, they buy from you. Your business sales go up. You are invited to the table, you're not skipped over for promotions. And I know you're probably saying, well, my face is too big, my nose is too fat, my eyes are crooked, my teeth's off, I really don't want to be on video. But here's the thing, we're going to talk about that later, about what you can do to make sure that you confidently deliver. But right now, we're going to focus on three things that you can do today. The first thing is you have to know your material. You have to know your content, and you can talk about your expertise in three ways or more. You can talk about your experience, for example, things that you've already been through, things that you've already accomplished. Maybe you've spent 20 years in the tech industry. You can use those things to talk about your experiences on video. You can also use stories. Stories are ways to engage your audience. It's a way to draw them in. Think about the movies or the films that you watch, or if you were growing up as a kid, you probably watched cartoons. So there's a storyline that gets you engaged and excited, and then either at the end of it, you're like, wow, that was a great movie. Or you're like, oh, I wonder if that would happen. So when you're thinking about getting on video and sharing your expertise, think about stories, things that might have happened to you, or things that you might be curious about. Another way that you can share your expertise is by asking questions. Questions that stir on conversation. You don't have to be an expert in your field, but if you have a question about something, you can use that to engage your audience. For example, let's say that I want to travel to Canada and I notice that there are two languages. So I use this two-step process. I notice and I'm wondering. So I noticed that there are two languages in Canada, and I'm wondering if I go on vacation and I go to the French-speaking part of Canada, if I'm going to be able to engage with the local community there. Or let's just say I notice in my child's classroom there are too many students. But I'm wondering how many students is it going to take before they go and hire another teacher? See? So you can use noticings and wonderings as a way to share your curiosity or share your experience or engage. That's the first key, sharing your experience. The next point that we're going to talk about in order to allow you to confidently deliver is to prepare and rehearse. So you see what I just did? I looked over at my notes. Even the greatest of the greats prepare. And how do you prepare? You write down a script. I want you to write down every single thing that you are going to say. Why? There's a couple of reasons. First, it allows you to take all the guesswork out of, what am I gonna say? What if I mess up or I start and it's like, hi, I'm Monique, your Clear Communication Coach, and today, blah, 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 blah. Okay, start over. So it allows you to take out all the guesswork about what you want to say. It allows you to focus on key vocabulary that you want to use that you can engage your audience. All the mayors, all your politicians, all your key professionals use a professional coach or a script. So if they can do it, why can't you? This is my field. I live in it all day long, and I write out a script. The next part of that, scripting and preparing, is rehearsing. Guess what? When you see a professional video out there, you're probably thinking, oh man, they're so good, they're so professional. News flash, there are multiple takes. When I produce a video, there are at least 2 to 4 times that I do the video. So not only are you prepared, but you're going to practice. In my years of experience teaching university adults in public speaking, I always use video as a recording tool. And here's why. One time I had a student and I gave her an assignment and she needed to submit her video recording to me. I said, well, how many times did it take you to do this? She said it took me 17 times. 17 times. Here's the thing. There's a side benefit of using a video. One, it allows you to get comfortable looking at yourself. Two, it allows you to practice. What do you think is going to happen after she recorded 17 times? She will become better. And that's what I want you to do. So we talked about the first step, which is sharing your experience. We talked about the second step, which is preparing and rehearsing. And we're going to talk about the last and final step. It's very important. It really should be your first. But the last and most important step is to love yourself. Remember when we talked about not liking your nose, not liking your teeth, feeling like your face is too fat? You have to love yourself. When you love yourself and you feel good about what you are and who you are, guess what? What's inside is going to shine outside, and that's going to show up in your video. People can see it. It's a bright light. If you don't feel comfortable and confident, let me tell you some of the things that I do. I use affirmations. Affirmations allow me to get in a positive mental state. I'm in control of what I allow in, and so are you. So I get up and I say, I'm great, I'm vibrant, I'm beautiful, I'm power, I'm light. And you are too. And so I want you to use affirmations to build up that confidence, because I wasn't always this way. I remember a time when I didn't like my big fat nose. I did not like my 2 chiclet teeth. I didn't even like the color of my skin. But these are tools that I used to develop and love myself. So I want you to use affirmations. I want you to use your mirror. I want you to take your mirror and I want you to look in your mirror. And I want you to say, I love you. You're beautiful. Look, when I wake up in the morning, you think I'm crazy. I'm like, ooh, girl, you bad. You are beautiful. You are going to shake this day. So you have your affirmations. You have your positive reinforcement because you're looking at yourself and you're loving yourself. And there's a 4-part prayer or step I want to share with you. I love you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. Thank you. That's it. I love you. You're telling yourself that I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for thinking that I'm not good enough. I'm sorry for doubting myself. I'm sorry for comparing myself to others. I forgive you. It's a powerful thing when you can forgive yourself. And thank you. So today we talked about how you can confidently deliver. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be great, but you have to get started. I want you to know that you can first start with sharing your experiences. You talk about sharing your experiences from things that happened to you, using stories, using your questioning, noticing, and wondering. The second step was what? Preparing and rehearsing. Write it down, practice, get it out. And the last and most important step was loving yourself. I know you can do it. I'm Monique Russell, your Clear Communication Coach, and these are the 3 steps on how you can confidently deliver on video.